You got any coffee?
Here's the real reason Paulie Walnuts smothered an old lady with a pillow. And it's not what you think. In the pantheon of television anti-heroes, few have merged menace and absurdity with as much swagger as Paulie Walnuts. Played by Tony Sirico, who, it turns out, was essentially playing himself.
First thing I'm doing is getting wings in my hair. You know, like Paulie.
Paulie was equal parts lethal and laughable. A man whose greatest weapon might have been his commitment to old-school gangster aesthetics. And St. Ives moisturizer. Sirico famously balked at the idea of killing a woman on screen. When handed the script in which Paulie murders elderly Min Matrone, Sirico reportedly pleaded with creator David Chase, "Don't make me kill a woman." Chase, of course, insisted. It had to be done, and worse, it had to be personal. Sirico negotiated down from strangulation to smothering, citing concerns about what the neighborhood might think. Because apparently, murdering men by the dozen is forgivable, but one dead grandmother and suddenly your Bensonhurst credibility is shot. And yet, after the episode aired, the neighborhood didn't flinch. They didn't care that Paulie offed Min Matrone with a pillow. They loved the show. Because that's the real rub here. Sirico may have feared losing face, but audiences, both fictional and real, were already in on the joke. Paulie Walnuts wasn't some sanitized mob romantic. He was a caricature of his own myth, stumbling through brutality with the moral compass of a game show host. The scene itself, in which Paulie kills men, is a masterclass in tonal dissonance.
You're here to rob me. No, what are you, crazy? Just calm down, okay?
She's irritating, sure. An alarm-wielding busybody with the grating cadence of a parakeet and the situational awareness of a doormat. But what really pushed her into the danger zone?
You got any coffee?
She denied Paulie coffee and threatened to call his mother.
What are you doing?
Calling your mother.
In the world of the Sopranos, that's a capital offense. Her demise was somehow both horrifying and hilarious. She flailed like Toad in Mario Kart.
Help!
Her cries of, "Help!" more comedic than tragic. And Paulie, ever the gentleman, offered her a cup of joe before snuffing her out like a bothersome candle.
Shut up with that fucking mouth!
The absurdity peaks as he pops up from behind her bed like a vaudeville ghoul, trying to pretend this whole thing is just a social call. Defenders of Paulie's actions often invoke the word desperation, as if killing a civilian, an elderly woman no less, was some reluctant act of necessity. But Paulie wasn't trapped. He had options. He could have planned the burglary better. He could have left. He could have literally waited 5 minutes. Instead, he took the easy route, wrapped in apathy and self-preservation.
What are you talking about?
You left me $16, sir.
Much like the waiter he helped kill in Atlantic City, Min was a casualty not of desperation, but of Paulie's laziness and inflated sense of authority.
Nobody lives it no more. Not Tony, not nobody.
Yet the myth of honor among thieves persists. Fans wax poetic about mob codes and loyalty, conveniently ignoring the show's actual message. These men are not complicated warriors from a bygone era. They are petty, insecure, often dim-witted sociopaths whose violence stems more from impulse and entitlement than any romanticized moral code.
And I tell you something else. I'm done with Nochi.
Sirico, ever the method actor by accident, infused Paulie with his own contradictions. He was reportedly fine being labeled a sociopath in an episode, but drew the line at being called a bully. He wouldn't kill a woman, unless, of course, it was part of a prestige cable drama, with impeccable writing. He spoke of the writers shoving his words right back into his own throat, as if the line between Paulie and Sirico wasn't just blurred, but non-existent. In the end, Min Matrone's murder is a perfect encapsulation of the Sopranos' genius. It's an act of unforgivable violence, played for laughs, delivered by a man who treats murder like a minor inconvenience, so long as it doesn't tarnish his street cred. Paulie Walnuts may not have wanted to kill a woman, but when push came to smother, he did it anyway, with a pillow, a pout, and one last offer of coffee.
These Parker House rolls, they belong to my mom.
Because nothing says code of honor like silencing an old lady who stole your mother's dinner rolls. If Paulie offering coffee before murder felt like peak Sopranos absurdity, hit like. I'm Matthew, and this is Sopranos Breakdown, where moral collapse always comes with moisturizer.